Welcome, Barbara. Hey, Anne-Marie, good to see you again. I'll just wait a few seconds and let a few more people join in. Someone on an iPad. Hi, Nancy, good to see you again. Leanne's here. Welcome. Christine. Awesome. Alrighty, well, we might get started so that I can honor you in your time this evening. So can I just get a thumbs up that you can hear me clearly? Great, okay, beautiful. Well, welcome to all of you. My name is Josie Thomson and I will be your facilitator tonight for our mindfulness meditation practice. Let's smile and be happy to be connecting here together tonight. I want to acknowledge all of you for making this special time for you. That's called commitment, and it's also a form of self-care, so well done. So now, give yourself permission to place your busy day and busy week to one side and allow yourself to have this time just for you, to wind down, to have a break, and to cultivate some calm and ease for the rest of your weekend. Now, these sessions will be recorded, so your camera is set to be on so that I can supervise our practice, and you are on mute so to minimize any background noise. If you have any questions or comments throughout the practice tonight, just click on the little chat icon at the bottom of the screen and a little window will open up on your screen and you can just type in your questions or comments there. And I'll hang out after the practice this evening and answer those questions with you. Now, these guided sessions are my gift to you. So I've been trained in neuroscience, in mindfulness coaching, and more recently, workplace mindfulness facilitation. I've also had my own practice in terms of my own meditation practice for nearly 20 years now. And it's really helped me through some pretty tough stuff in my life. And so I figured that my birthday's this month and I wanted you also to benefit from this practice. So hopefully in sharing these practices with you, you might cultivate your own. Now, this practice is designed to create discipline of mind and attention. It's a bit like a mental push-up. It might seem simple, but it takes practice before it feels easy. So please be patient with yourself. Be gentle and be kind and just decide to give it a go. Now, when your mind wanders, and it probably most likely will, just gently bring your mind back to the practice, back to my voice, and back to your breath. These sessions are also designed to cultivate greater calm, inner peace, and much needed stillness to help reduce the negative effects of stress, anxiety, and grief. And what I see, the biggest virus at the moment is fear, so that it gives you much needed calmness and clarity of mind to navigate the significant disruptions in our lives at the moment. And did you know that just 20 minutes of meditation a day protects our immunity, reduces anxiety, and even improves sleep and supports feelings of calm, especially in stressful situations. Now, it also is one of the best tools that we have to protect our well-being as we navigate these challenging times. Now, this is a space for us to just connect, reflect, and reset, and ease into the rest of the evening and the weekend. And hopefully you'll even get some better sleep as well. It's only 30 minutes. You don't need to worry about anything. I'll look after all the logistics and make sure we finish on time. I want you to just sit tall and surrender, follow my guidance, and allow yourself to enjoy this short practice together. You don't need to be anywhere else. You don't need to be doing anything else. Just decide to be right here, right now, mind and body. Your only job is to manage your environment, to minimize any distractions. And also, if you do have a mobile phone, if you could switch it off or put it on silent and pop it on the ground so it's completely out of view and won't distract you during our practice. I have sent you a pretty detailed email with information about these sessions, I want you to feel really safe and comfortable to just give it a go. There's no previous experience required, and you don't need to wear yoga pants. Now, to get the most out of this practice, you need 4 attitudes. And I'll keep reminding you about these because they're really important so you get the most out of the practice. And don't give yourself a hard time, especially if you're new. The first attitude is to have no expectations. That means no expectations of yourself or of the practice itself. Don't expect to have a blank mind or to be floating on some cloud of bliss at all. The idea is have no expectation, just be open, and then you won't have any disappointment. The second attitude is to have no judgment. No judgment of yourself, no judgment of the practice. If you don't judge, you won't get frustrated. The third attitude is to be an observer. So just gently witness your thoughts and emotions with a sense of compassion and curiosity. Just notice what you notice. And then the fourth attitude is just to have what's called the beginner's mind. And that means approach each of these sessions with a fresh openness. Try not to recreate a previous experience. Enter as if it's for the very first time. So the goal of the practice is not to empty your mind. The goal is to train and tame your attention and concentration. I'll lead us now in tonight's mindfulness meditation practice, which is about fostering forgiveness. Now, the premise of this practice is that we all make mistakes. Other people make mistakes too. We do things to others, others do things to us. And there's an actual experience that can be trivial or even traumatic. But we can add to our own sense of suffering when we project our judgment or our anger or blame. And it's sometimes referred to as adding a second arrow after being struck by a first arrow. Something unpleasant happens, but then we add more to the experience. With forgiveness, we make amends when needed, but importantly, we let go of the extra baggage. We give ourselves the same benefit of doubt that we might say a close friend. After the practice, we're going to reflect on tonight's reflection question, which is, what are you being invited to learn? Now, if at any time during the meditation you feel uncomfortable, just open your eyes and keep a soft downward gaze in front of you. So let's begin. So roll your shoulders backwards, lift them right up, and drop and release any tension. Let go. Let's do that again. Let's roll our shoulders back, lift them up, and see if you can drop them a little more and release a little more tension. That's it, good. Sit tall with both your feet on the ground and your hands resting gently on your lap. Now imagine a string pulling up from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of the head, okay? Sitting tall helps us create space in our abdomen so that we can breathe easier, and it keeps us awake so we don't fall asleep. Now, I invite you to gently close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or simply have a soft downward gaze in front of you. And let's start to bring our focus and attention inwards. And let's breathe together. Let your body be heavy. Give yourself permission to let go of your busy day just for the next little while. And be present right here, right now. Your breath is natural, breathing through your nose. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Breathe in deep. And breathe out long. Notice a sense of letting go a little more with every exhalation. as we breathe in deep and exhale long. And as we begin, remember we have no expectations, no judgments, just simple observation. Now, bring your full attention to the physical sensation of breathing, noticing whatever takes your attention. It might be the sensation of the air flowing through your nostrils, or it might be the rise and fall of your abdomen or your chest. You might also pay attention to whatever you're feeling right now. Just notice whatever you notice. Observe. No judgments. Good. Breathe. Bring your attention now to the inhalation and exhalation of your breath. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Breathe in calm. And breathe out peace. Now, picture something that comes to mind that you judge yourself for. Maybe you feel regret or irritation or frustration or sadness. Just picture something you're giving yourself a bit of a hard time about. Just breathe, no judgment. Notice how it feels, even just bringing it to mind. Just observe and breathe. Now, let's focus on 3 phrases, not forcing anything, but just setting an intention. So repeat these phrases after me to yourself. I forgive myself for not understanding. Breathe. I forgive myself for making mistakes. I forgive myself for causing pain and suffering to myself and others. Keep your heart open and breathe. No judgments as we breathe in deep and breathe out long. Now, let's bring attention back and repeat the phrases. For a few moments, instead of the breath, use these phrases as a focus for your attention. Really pay attention to what you're saying to yourself now. If at any time the phrases or the practice is too challenging, without any judgment at all, simply go back to focus fully on your breath. So let's begin. Take a deep breath in and smile. Keep your heart open as you say to yourself now, I forgive myself for not understanding. Breathe. I forgive myself for making mistakes. I forgive myself for causing pain and suffering to myself and others. Breathe in deep and breathe out long. Breathe in calm and breathe out peace. Now, allow yourself to settle and return to breathe fully. Our mind naturally holds on to instances where we feel mistreated by others. There may be experiences that were entirely wrong or traumatic, or that require our attention or action. At the same time, we can practice avoiding the second arrow. So, let's try on these phrases now. With a nice deep breath and your heart open, repeat these phrases to yourself. I forgive you for not understanding. Breathe. I forgive you for making mistakes. I forgive you for causing pain and suffering to me and others. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Release. Breathe in calm. And breathe out peace. This practice assists us to let go of the tendency to add resentment and judgment to challenging and unpleasant situations. It's important to remember that we can always learn and grow from our mistakes. And we need to offer compassion to ourselves and to others for our humanness. Practices like this can be challenging. So in these last few moments, let's breathe long and deep and notice and accept whatever you're feeling right now. On each out breath, as you would for a close friend, offer yourself relief or freedom or strength or love or whatever you might need right now. So let's breathe together in silence just for 1 minute and hold each other in our hearts. Take 2 more long, deep breaths. As we come to the end of this practice, know that forgiveness doesn't mean being passive or not taking action. It does not mean standing down when we need to protect ourselves or someone else from harm. Forgiveness allows us to do what needs to be done, which might mean taking a pause, settling the mind, and trying to see things as clearly as possible before taking skillful action. You can continue to practice this forgiveness meditation when you're needing to let go of things that may be holding you back. So now, let's take some deep, slow breaths as we breathe in deep and breathe out long. Breathe in calm and breathe out peace. Begin to bring your awareness back to this forum. Move your feet, feeling the contact of your feet on the floor. Move your fingers and your hands. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. There you are. Welcome back. So I invite you now just to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What is your state of being right now? You can share your answer in the chat box with me now. And remember, there is no right or wrong answers, no judgment, simply observe. Have a look. Anne's feeling calm and peaceful. That's lovely. And Marie's feeling peaceful and rested. Beautiful. Peter's feeling more at ease. Thank you. Narelle's feeling serene. Nancy's calm and content. Anthony's feeling refreshed. Barbara feeling ready to go for good sleep. Excellent. Amy's feeling a bit emotional. Wayne managed to keep mind and body calm. Lovely. Leanne calm. The forgiveness was needed. Beautiful. Heaviness for Christine and tension in the space between the eyebrows, but it's relaxed a little now. Good. Tonight's practice seemed to fly for Peter. Absolutely. Forgiveness is a tricky subject, and we can stay online at the end of this practice to talk a little more. But the whole idea of this practice is to give you a way to be with it, to be with whatever the situation is. Observe the inner workings and association, your thoughts, your emotions associated with the experience, and then letting it pass so that you're not actually holding on to it. Your body's not holding on to anything. And that's really critical for your well-being. So I hope you have enjoyed that practice, and I'd really like to take a moment now to check in with today's reflection question. And today's reflection question is, what are you being invited to learn? So whether it's from this practice or what's been happening recently in your own life and in the world, what do you feel like the invitation for your growth is at the moment? If you'd like to share. Amy, self-compassion, beautiful. And that it's important to take time out of my day to look after myself, beautiful. Leanne, to respect and value myself, absolutely. Barbara, trust my own truth and honour others. Wayne, mindfulness and career development, yeah. Anthony, to stop overthinking, absolutely. Anne Marie, before tonight's meditation, I knew my lesson was all about forgiveness. You've been working really hard on that. It's been wonderful to see. And Christine, releasing fear and allowing curiosity. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. It just, you know, sometimes these are the things that we don't dare share because we're afraid of everyone's judgment. But we realize as I read this out to you that we're very similar and we actually have very similar experiences. So you're never really alone. Peter, to be calm and communicate when teaching my grandson life skills. Aware and focused more now. Take each day as it comes from Narelle. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing this space together tonight. I hope you really enjoyed this mindfulness meditation session. As you know, I'm offering these every night for the whole month of April as my birthday present to you. So feel free to invite a friend to join in as well. Tomorrow night, Sunday, is my fun day. So I'm going to have a surprise for you. If you join in, you'll get to see what that's about. So I look forward to connecting with you again, same time, same place tomorrow. If you would like me to answer any questions, just hang around now and I'll stay on. Otherwise, if you need to leave, remember to look up, smile and reset and count your blessings more than your problems. And remember to hold each other in our hearts. And may you be calm, may you be safe, and may you be well. So I'm going to end the recording now and wave goodbye to those who need to leave.